So the first healthy snack we're making are these plantain chips. So of course you're gonna need a plantain, and it's a bit different from a banana. They're green, they're also harder than a banana, so take the peel off and then slice it into nice thin slices. I would say 1 to 2 millimeters. And I had this at a restaurant and they served the plantain chips with guacamole, and that was super delicious, and I figured it would be really easy to make your own plantain chips at home, and I was right because they turned out so good. So go ahead and lay them down on a baking sheet, and you want to put down either a silicone mat, parchment paper, or at least spray it. Then I'm going to spray the top with a little bit of avocado oil. I like using the spray because I find it gives a nice even mist as opposed to like drizzling in oil. And then a pinch of Himalayan salt. You bake them off at 350 for about 12 minutes and you have these perfectly nice crispy chips. They're so delicious and they're grain free. Next up, we're making coconut crunch, and these clusters are so delicious. I'm using a little bit of coconut oil as well as some maple syrup, and then a tablespoon of sugar-free and dairy-free chocolate. So this can be like a paleo chocolate that you just have at home. Just melt down about a tablespoon of chocolate chips in the microwave at increments about 15 seconds until it's melted, and then add that in and stir until it's nice and smooth. And then I added in a tablespoon of almond butter, and that's going to help thicken it up a bit. You can definitely do any kind of nut or seed butter here too. I'm adding in a whole cup of coconut flakes, and coconut is just so good for you. It's high in fiber, we have healthy fats, and it's not too sweet as well. So just stir that until all of it is coated, and then I'm laying that on a silicone sheet, but again, you can use parchment paper, just something where it's not going to stick. And I let that set in the freezer, honestly, for about 5 minutes, and it was already hard. And then you can also put some Himalayan salt if you are a person who likes the combo of sweet and salty. This part's optional, but I definitely like it. And these clusters are perfect for a snack, perfect on chia pudding as well, but they have a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. Next up, we're making these egg bites, which are really simple. I always like to keep some medium to medium hard-boiled eggs in my fridge ready to go for snacks, but I'm elevating it. Instead of just having an egg, I sliced it down the middle, and I'm adding a slice of nitrate/preservative-free salami in between, and the saltiness with the egg really tastes delicious. You could do this with any kind of leftover protein. If you have some sliced chicken or sliced turkey at home, that would also taste really good and makes for a really good high protein snack, because with your snack you want fats and protein, which are not only going to be satisfying but also balance your blood sugar. Next up, we're making lemon energy bites, which are perfect for spring, I feel like, because the lemon flavor is so nice and fresh. So almond flour, lemon juice, ground flaxseed, and a little bit of almond butter. So this again has that fiber, that healthy fats, which are going to keep us full. I'm adding in some honey for a little bit of sweetness, as well as some lemon zest. Now, the local honey is a great sweetener to use. You can use maple syrup, but especially with this time of year and all the allergies going around with the pollen and everything, consuming local honey is a great way to fight against allergies. So that's why I'm using this in this recipe. And then you just have to form it into balls, and you have these wonderfully fresh spring lemon energy bites that are going to be satisfying, full of protein, and full of fiber as well. These are definitely like my favorite energy bite recipe right now. And then we're making this tomato toast. So you guys know how much of a fan I am of sweet potato toast, and that's also because it's a really cost-effective way to have like a gluten-free toast, because some gluten-free breads can either be expensive or they can be full of bad things. And then I just took half a tomato that I chopped up, added a few leaves of fresh basil, a little pepper, a little salt, and that's it. Stir that up, and then we're going to be placing that on our toast. And I will leave the instructions for the toast down in the description box in case you've never made sweet potato toast, but I highly recommend always keeping them on hand to top with different things like fresh vegetables, nut butters, and avocados, and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed these healthy snack recipes. I'm going to leave my healthy snacks playlist right here on the screen so you can get tons more of ideas, because there's so many delicious ones in there. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.